Hello and welcome to the LFC Stuff podcast with me, David. Joining me today is the usual lot. We've got Shane and we've got Josh, and this is our first episode in about 3 weeks, so we've got quite a few things to cover. But first of all, we'll start off with the win against Wolves. But first of all, how are you guys? All good?
Yes, thank you.
Great.
Well, that's a lie. Do you wanna tell everybody what's been happening behind the scenes?
We both lied.
No, I don't.
No.
Everything's great.
Right, okay.
Record the fucking episode.
Alright, everything's good. Well, first of all, we can discuss Liverpool's angsty 1-0 win against Wolves yesterday. I don't know whether you guys want to talk about the VAR controversy or... Well, it's not even controversy because it got the decisions right, but just the...
I don't think the Wolves one is ridiculous.
No, but it's right.
Fucking hell. Is it?
Still crap though.
No, it's crap, but it's right.
Well, I'm sorry. The fact they've had to zoom in that much that it's down to pixels would suggest that there might be a bit of an error there.
I can tell you that from my seat in the main stand, I could obviously see that he was miles offside.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Is this the same seat where you watched Jordan Henderson against Bayern Munich, or was that a different one? That's one for long-time listeners.
Same one.
Yeah, good man. No, it was like the game itself was like a really good. Imagine you hadn't like watched the game with VAR before, and then you watched the Wolves one, and it's like, oh, that Lallana assist was clearly off his shoulder. It's clearly a goal. Good on VAR for overruling the incompetence of Anthony Taylor for blowing so quickly. Because I think that was the thing as well, didn't he blow before it went in, and that could have disallowed us the goal altogether.
No, he blew it when the ball hit the back of the net. He did what he should have done.
He's still a bald man cunt. Anyway,
which Anfield reminded him of his heritage last night, and Sky turned the microphone.
What did the crowd say again? Mank bastard or something?
Yeah.
You mank bastard.
Yeah, you mank bastard it was.
And as soon as he did that, Sky turned it right down. Anfield went silent, and it was like, right.
Top banter. But yeah, so like that was like a really good use of VAR. And then the other one, which was like, there's been loads of them this season, including against Liverpool, and even in the next game against the game immediately after Liverpool's City against Sheffield United. But I think it's just like you can say that like, yeah, it is right, and it technically is, but it's just it's like the delay that it takes, and my point was that like it should be like a time limit on VAR, because I think like that's the biggest problem, is just the long delays, because it just goes on and on and on and on, and then it's like, oh yeah, this is the thing. Like kind of Connor Cody did an interview after it, didn't he? And he said he put it really well, that they haven't been informed well enough about what's going on or why things are happening. But yeah, everybody hates it. Even like Liverpool fans are just like, even though it's funny to embracing the Liverpool conspiracy, it's it was kind of such a crap. You're just looking at it, you're like, oh well, cool. I guess that's not gonna be disallowed against us, but it's still like, what are we even watching? What is this crap? Like, you know, because when it's that narrow, you'd almost just say, give the attacker the benefit of the doubt. I would anyway.
Yeah, I mean, from a fan perspective, it was pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. That Wolves end was going absolutely nuts.
Well, they were singing "fuck VAR" as they were taking the corner that led to the goal, because obviously they had just gone one down because of VAR. But it was so funny that they were singing it, and then like a minute later, they're all fucking going mental because they just scored like a really. Their backs were already up, and then they scored that great goal, and then it gets taken away. It was just like, it must have been so funny to watch them.
Oh, it was.
I'd say they were fucking livid. I don't blame them. Even Nuno, who seems like the nicest guy ever, he even got a fucking yellow card on the red. I was like fucking hell.
And he got a yellow card as well. That was for, I don't know whether it showed this on TV. That was for still complaining about ours. He was still complaining about our goal. He weren't even complaining about theirs being chalked out. He was complaining between when our goal went in And when they scored, even him and his assistant manager, did you see the guy with the glasses going absolutely nuts behind them? They were complaining.
There was a whole fucking gang of them. It felt like they were all up on the touchline, just all fucking army.
Yeah, but yeah, they were going absolutely nuts. And then Pedro Neto scores his first Premier League goal. What he thought, great goal. And then
some celebration.
Oh, we celebrated like a knobhead. Like that's just justice for the celebration. What's he doing? He's just like waving at the main stand.
It was Pippo and Zaggy kind of.
But he does a knee slide in front of the fucking main stand.
It was class. It was like when he actually scored it, because it was like a class finish and then the run. I was like, fair play, that's a good goal. And I was like, oh, hang on.
Yeah, I actually turned around to my dad after they scored and went, "There's no way VAR are going to take the piss here because it just looked like there was nothing wrong with it." And then
that's the thing. It was such a fucking piss take. I actually could not because that's the thing with VAR is like you watch a goal and you're like, yeah, you've watched football for so many years and you're like, yeah, that's a goal. And like me, anyways, I used to always look at the scoreboard. I'd be like, please don't change. And then as soon as it changes, I'm like, well, that's it. Because that's it. Because, once it changed, that was it. Now you just like, there's this, it's like the Mason Mount one in Stamford Bridge where he's offside like 5 passes before Chelsea score and he gets chucked off. You hadn't even considered, I can't even imagine what it's like for the players. Because as a fan, you're just like, you're either like, oh, that's a really unexpected but nice thing to happen. Or else if it's against you, you're just like, what the fuck? Like you must be livid. I don't think we've had a bad one. Like, I know we had the Firmino one at Aston Villa, but that was at least called offside and then incorrectly or whatever the fuck. It was like his armpit or whatever. But
the bad one was Old Trafford, Rashford's goal. When Origi got...
Yeah, actually, fucking hell. I was
stood in the back.
I was so angry all game. I had to stop myself from tweeting things about Martin Atkinson or my account was getting insta-locked.
Yeah.
Well, at least the perfect foil for that was Adam Lallana scoring at Old Trafford, the equaliser.
Adam Lallana, who played well yesterday as well.
You did?
He did. He was still up to his good old just forever turning on himself nonsense, but he coupled it well.
Although they got the corner from a free kick that he should not have given away.
I was going to say, I thought he was good, but also he was like, it was kind of like
he was also a moron at the same time.
It was like his greatest, it was like his greatest hits for better and worse. Like he was,
all he had to do was throttle a child, and that was, Lallana's
career fucking hell, and do his mohawk as well. Like he, because he was combining really well down the right, and helping create space, and then he would kind of get the ball and he would hold on too long for it, but you're like, oh well, he did create the space in the first place. And then he would he'd get the press going, as people love to say, oh, he's the trigger of the press. He just fucking legs it around, and if someone, he gets beaten so easily, I find, if someone actually just turns on the ball, they tend to get past him, because he just injects a lot of urgency. But I don't think he's actually that effective a presser when people actually try to take him on. I think he's actually really exploitable in that sense.
Too much, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Whereas Firmino, you never actually see Firmino sprinting around headlessly. It's always very considerate. You only see him sprint when he's absolutely going to nick, and even then he nicks it cleanly. Whereas Lallana's just kind of, it's all effort. It's it's all effort, no real thought to it. But it works because you come up with a lot of English league defenders, or you used to anyways, who would just hoof it, But so he was kind of doing that, and then it was the same thing, just in reverse, where he concedes that free. He just fucking, I don't know, he just runs into him, and I think he even got booked for it as well, and then gives away the free for it. So it was a very Lallana performance, but look, he gets the assist he gets another vital contribution in the quest for. It's no longer quest for elite title now.
It was a brilliant assist as well. It was.
Yeah.
He clearly meant it.
Do you think he clearly meant it? I thought he got bumped a little bit.
He did get bumped, but I think he still makes the attempt to get his shoulder there. Because I think he's not going at it with any other part of his body that I can see.
I thought he might be trying to control it with his chest, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
It wouldn't surprise me. just bounce.
He does. He just loves an extra touch. You know, like
No, yeah.
it reminds me of when we had him and Emre Can in the same team. And I thinking about it because I've watched some old Liverpool games back, and I was like, Can is he's actually a pretty good player, to be fair to him. I know it's funny to like meme him and stuff, but he's good. But with two of them in the same midfield, they just like, oh, go on, I'll have one more. Oh, go on. You know, it's just release it. Like, you know, it drive you mad to watch sometimes. But yeah, great assist that he totally meant.
I think he just went up in my estimations on his performance purely on that tackle he pulled off on Adama. I don't really know how he made up that ground so quickly.
Yeah, fucking hell! Because Adama came on.
Because that was
Adama came on like a fucking WWE guy. Like, he came on, started like doing these sprints and jumping up in the air and all this, and I was shitting myself.
Well, that's what I tweeted when he comes on, like, as a sub. There should be like the Royal Rumble countdown.
You need like a fireworks display behind him and everything. Like when Brock Lesnar comes on.
The commentators were like, they talked about him before he was on pitch, and then he comes on. I was like, oh, here he comes, and then like you could tell everyone in the crowd is like, oh fuck, here he is. Like even the players, like Mane and Wijnaldum and Robbo were just like triple teaming him. Like Mane even goes over to the right.
Yeah,
side,
Mane switches
to the left as well. Mane just follows him, and and but when I thought we were taking off Genie, and I was like, are we really going to put Milner? Milner's going to be riding his back like a fucking koala.
I was going to put an in-play bet on Milner getting booked until he swapped wings. I was like, oh, thank God for that. My dad actually turned around to me and said, can you imagine Milner against him? And I just turned around to him when I saw Milner warming up, go, oh, here we go.
Which just made Lallana land in the first tackle on him all the funnier. You know, it was continued the fucking analogy. It was like tiny Rey Mysterio beating the Big Show. It's just like, what the no one saw that coming. Like, you know?
We ended up with Henderson, Lallana and Wijnaldum against them, didn't we? Like, it was just some 30-odd-year-old Crocs up against this just physical behemoth. It was just he is like a freak of nature when he comes on. He's just he needs his own theme music. Definitely
but like,
needs his own theme music.
Yeah, but then he marries it with like these very specific skills of being able to dribble, and he actually had that shot as well that got blocked because he was on the edge of the box and he beats a few men and he caught it as well, and like he showed against City that he can hit a ball. Unsurprisingly for a guy built like that, he can hit it hard. But I think it was Adam Hurry, Football Cliches. He said he's the most must-watch player. He's like, he's like when you sign a new player and you're just waiting for every touch, except it's all the time. As soon as Dama gets it, it's just an event. It's like, what the fuck is he going to do now? Like, you know, it's he is the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
He generates so much power off like minimum backlift as well, and it's not like in a storage kind of no backlift, but he rifles it. I mean, he's hitting it from one side of the pitch to the complete other side of the pitch with no backlift on the back foot near the corner flag, getting pushed into the corner flag.
Yeah, because even his crosses now, he fucking belts them in. Yeah. Like, you know, it's just what a specimen.
But yeah, any other standout performers for you guys? It was a pretty drab match, to be completely honest. I have one. It was actually a Wolves player. But...
Vinagre.
Who?
Vinagre.
No, it was actually Kilman, the centre back. He was playing futsal a year ago for England nationally. Yeah, he was playing non-league football and playing futsal for England, and a year later he's playing at Anfield for Wolves and putting in a pretty good performance as well.
Because I literally never heard of him before that game, and then I thought it was notable that, because obviously Wolves rarely rotate as well, or they didn't used to last season, but I'd never heard of him, and then like it was notable that he went down with cramp because he was just like, you know, all the players who played less than 48 hours ago or 72 hours ago in Liverpool's case were fine, and it's the guy who never plays and he comes in and he gets cramp, and I was like, oh, poor bastard. But I didn't notice him too much now, but I think it's because there's so many Wolves defenders when they're back there, it's hard to pick one out. But
I didn't notice him because I thought Bennett was bad.
He's fucking rapid. Vinagre, I don't know if he can defend or not, but I can see why we were tenuously linked with him.
He
as a
had,
backup.
he had Trent on strings a bit, but Trent kept on like looking
Yeah.
behind him, expecting Gomez to be there. And about 4 times, Gomez wasn't there, and it just made Trent look like an idiot. Like, he kept on just kicking it and running, and there was no Gomez. It was just...
Well, there was that one.
empty
There was
space.
that one at the end where Trent gets caught wrong side of Gray, shoots it into the side netting. But he's fucking rapid. I'd take him as a backup.
Yeah, he was. I think active. I thought Neto was good as well because for his size, he was so strong. I think in the first 10 minutes, he actually put Van Dijk on his
Is he
backside
really
a bit.
19? Is he 19?
I was reading the Scouter group chat and the guys in there were kind of raving about him during the game. So I assume he's under 23.
He is 19. I assumed it being Wolves. I just thought he was random. Wait, what's the Liga NOS? Isn't that what they
Liga
call it?
NOS, I think. Yeah.
I thought he was just random 27-year-old Portuguese striker journeyman, especially because of the size of him. But yeah, he's 19, which you think, fuck, he's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he was a tidy little player. I don't know
Changes
where they got
everything.
him. Do you know where they got him from?
Portugal, I'd imagine.
Was it? I thought
I'm
it
checking now.
was Lazio. They got
I
It
think they
was
did get him from
Lazio.
Lazio. Yeah, they did.
No. He was on a 2-year loan at Lazio. where
Yeah,
he only made 2
wasn't
league
this a bit of a
appearances.
dodgy transfer?
It was
Braga.
Braga. Ah man, it's fucking.
They did mention Lazio in the Man City game. That's why.
It's Jorge Mendes' world, and we're all just living in it.
Yeah.
Sorry, George Mendes.
Yeah, they don't really give I was actually having a look the other day, and Morgan Gibbs White I think has played like 3 times for them this season. Like,
And the fans hate him.
Does anyone really rate him?
I think he's good.
well, he
I
looked
thought
good when he played.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, that performance against Chelsea last season,
I
where
thought
he comes on and gets
a bit
like a goal and
flaky.
assist.
He was a bit flaky, I thought.
Yeah, but he's a young English player with a double-barrel surname. He has to be good.
Just a quick one on Pedro Neto. He was the youngest ever goal scorer in the first division in Portugal. He scored against Nacional in the 4-0 win. But he was in a bit of a weird transfer. Him and another player on Braga's books were loaned to Lazio for 2 years, and they had an obligation to buy for a combined fee of 26 million euros. And then after that finished, he ended up at Wolves. So
I love the Wikipedia scouting there, Dave.
it is a wicked. No, because I remember it. I just googled it because I remember it.
Are all three of us just reading his
I was
Wikipedia
just
right now?
reading the same thing. It's strange.
I've moved on to Bruno Jordao. He was the other one. He's also at Wolves.
See?
Very strange.
Very, very strange.
Jesus, we're joining the dots live on air here. Man, it's just George Mendes FC. Like, for all we know, one of us could be owned by George Mendes. You know,
But
fucking
this was the thing.
get
I mean,
moved to Anfield Index.
I was sat there, like, listening to the Wolves fans non-stop about tourists in Liverpool's end, which, fair enough, there's a lot of tourists. However, like, the audacity coming from a club that is literally run on Chinese money and George Mendes' dodgy business dealings is just
Portuguese phone books. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like, yeah, look at yourself.
Did they? There was one song the Wolves fans sing. Did they say? Oh, they were giving it in the best Cockney accent. Is this a library? They're doing that, and then did all the Liverpool fans just go shh when they were, or was that just me? Did I imagine?
No, that was them.
No, they
They'll do it.
shh. Very championship. You don't get it in the Premier League very often. It's a very championship.
No, you do. You get it literally every
You
team
do.
that comes to Anfield.
But it's the teams that have been promoted from the Football League.
It's not
mainly.
every single team apart from the top 6.
But you do hear it more. I feel like with the more recently promoted, who still have the Sloop John B as every second song. Like, you know.
I mean, it ended up with Liverpool fans asking who the
it's
fucking
only
hell
for-
are you, but, you know,
Yeah. It did not, did it?
it did.
Oh no.
And it came from the cop as well, which was that's unusual. Must have got under the cop's skin a bit.
Isn't shit like that what inspired the Reclaim the Cop campaign years ago?
I don't
Oh
know.
wow, you are young now. That was the thing I remember reading on the Liverpool website. in the mid 2000s because apparently it was just like it was probably Spirit of Shankly, but who knows? It was like a group of fans who it was some Champions League game, and there was just a load of fucking wolves, for lack of a better term, in the Liverpool end who were just like singing "Who are you? Who are?" And they were like, "Yeah, fuck this right off. We're going to reclaim the cop because this is a disgrace."
Well, to be completely honest, I was kind of looking around myself yesterday, and it was. It's just people who seem to have no interest in the actual match or Liverpool themselves. They just want something for their Instagram. Honestly, like it's becoming a bit of an issue. I'm not gonna lie.
At that time of year as well. At that time of year, I'm surprised.
Yeah,
or maybe flights are cheap. I don't know.
It's them league games. It's like the 3:00 kickoffs and stuff. It was very subdued. I've got to give it though. There was a guy in front of us who was presumably Chinese because he was on Weibo, but he ended up giving middle fingers and everything to the Wolves end, and I felt like giving the guy a pat on the back. The guy was getting properly involved. Yeah. It was great, but there was so many who just weren't, and I don't know. I feel like I'm moaning local, to be honest, but it's.
Yeah, but no, like there's not like because you get plenty of people, I'm sure, who like come from abroad.
You do.
They've either been to loads of games, or they've been to away, or they just get it, you know. Like,
yes, that is it. It's getting it.
But then it's like it's people who aren't even fans, you know. It's just like they got it as a package, or like football tourism, you know.
Yeah. It's hard to describe, but it is. But it is. If you can get involved in like the atmosphere and things, and you know, obviously care. I mean, there was 2 Indian guys behind us as well who were singing every song. But then there's
and at the same time you probably have locals there who either like aren't arsed or are just like the most miserable fucking, you know.
There's a lot of them.
Like, you know, you'd rather an empty seat, like, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe it's that same energy, that same kind of Scouse energy that like makes it gnarly, and then when it's like a big game, you know, it gets them up. But I feel like those moaning cunts at the same time, they're just like, they make noise, but often it's like the wrong kind of noise. Even in like a team that's winning literally every single game, you know, they're still a net negative. And I say this as someone who's been to Anfield once, and it was like,
no, you're right though.
Nothing. I was there once, and I was hearing lots of local accents, and like it was just like we beat Watford 6-1. You know, it's like it's a game where the atmosphere is never going to be great. I think it was like a Saturday 5:00. So like the atmosphere was like, it was okay, and like, you know, we were hammering them, but like at the same time, my main takeaway was people just moaning nonstop when Sturridge came on, because he was like taking too many touches or shithousing out of 50-50s. Like that was the most animated I heard them all game, was for stuff like that, you know.
No, we have people who consistently sit by us, who they are definitely like that, and it's just kind of he's become a bit of a meme in my eyes. But for anybody who's probably, because I'm used to it, but people who are probably going for the first time and stuff like that will likely notice it's toxic. I mean, we were 1-0. Sorry, it was 0-0 yesterday. We, don't get me wrong, we hadn't started particularly well, but we went particularly bad. And I mean, screaming, like full on screaming at players when they were doing whatever, and it was just kind of like, come on, man.
People would say, "Oh, it's because we're going for a first league title," and like, yeah, that's fair enough. But those people are going to be, we're going to win the league, and those same people will be at it again next season, even if we're 30
it's not
points
justification for it. Like, you know,
it's no wonder Klopp is offering them out. Klopp just offering them out every fucking game. Like, he can't fucking stand them. He wants to hop over and just wade in and start fucking battering them, like him cupping his ears after Milner's penalty against Leicester. That was so good.
But no, there's multiple issues, but in regards to the kind of Instagram tourism and stuff,
the tourism was a crap one.
It was particularly bad. Yeah, I don't really notice it too often, to be honest. there's just particular games that seem to be particularly bad. I think it might be because there's games in quick succession, so maybe the tickets are easier to come by.
Yeah, because
we've got Sheffield on Thursday.
It'll cost you it costs you like however much, 120 or I don't know. Well, I suppose it depends on what you're paying for season ticket, but if it's like one-off tickets and stuff like that.
Well, people are back in work as well, so we have people who sit in front of us who are consistent season ticket holders. There's about 4 of them. They go together, but all their seats were taken by. One of them was taken by the Chinese guy I was on about before. Like, so I'm just assuming that kind of impacts it too. Someone's burning something somewhere.
Yeah, shout out to my girlfriend in the background. Culinary genius.
But yeah, anyway.
I thought the noise was your girlfriend and you're married to an AI and she just needed the oil change.
The oil change and the batteries topping off.
Ha ha ha. My girlfriend is a car. Joke.
But we can move on to Liverpool World Champions if you just want. Anybody watched the Flamengo game?
Oh yeah, that happened, didn't it?
A couple of weeks ago. Was it a couple of weeks ago? Or was it last week?
Now that we're done burying the wool, let's get on to the real stuff. Yeah.
So, anybody watch it? Anyone?
I did. I watched it.
Josh, you did ish, didn't you?
I was out on my football club's Christmas night out. So
I was going to say, don't you teach like under 13s or something?
I don't teach them. I coach them. Like under 10s. It wasn't my team. It was the club managers.
First of all, there's 2 things there. First of all, Dave was like, "Let you teach them." Hang on, I want to teach them. And then the second of all is, I hadn't finished laughing at the first bit before you said that, but the first bit was the fucking, isn't it, a load of 13-year-olds? Like, why are they at a bowling alley and Josh is all the kids are calling parents to go home early.
No, it's nothing so seedy.
I wasn't even saying it's seedy. I'm just saying you brought you're out your football team that you coach, but like none of them could drink, so you just get drunk.
We have been bowling before, but the parents were present, so don't worry. They were getting drunk more than me, actually.
Well, yeah, you're the de facto babysitter in that case, aren't you?
Yes, I am every Wednesday and Saturday.
That's it.
Yeah, I'll go back to the game if no one else will. I caught flashes of it, but I didn't really.
Yeah, world champs. Yeah, go on.
Does it matter?
I saw the VAR for Mane's.
For fuck's sake!
Slash.
Always back to the VAR.
Penalty if it was a foul.
Mind you, that referee was just awful.
He's a PE teacher who'd won a competition, I thought.
Haven't you seen him on the Sunday League pitch? We did under 13s.
Yeah,
I abused him. Under 10s. Get it right.
Right, under 10s, okay.
May he was the one fucking he was working at the bowl and Natalie Josh was getting drunk at. That's what that lad was.
He was particularly bad.
Yeah, he that was like we'll be talking about that final in 20 years time if we don't win like another one, because we'll be able to wreck the younger generation's heads. But like, I think we'll still remember that referee. Like, we'll be like, oh yeah, it was a tight game, and oh yeah, the ref was shite. Like, that's the kind of performance that stays with you.
The fucking VAR panel was like the United Nations. They had someone from like Zambia, USA, and somewhere else.
All right, Dave, is that not allowed?
But no, because just like fuck's sake, just keep it like simple. Because then you've just got difference of opinions from different
the American
cultures.
Guy's calling it soccer to start with, which is a problem.
Different referees, referee games completely different depending on the country they're from. So you're not going to really get a good.
Well, where's the referee? Where was the actual? I actually didn't know where.
Qatar. He's from Qatar.
Weirdly enough,
I was wondering, was he Qatari?
He won the fucking competition, didn't he? FIFA put out.
What, the fucking raffle?
What the competition? Seem that way.
He got the lucky bag of crisps, did he?
The scary thing is he's probably going to be at the World Cup in 2022 as well.
He's going to be refereeing the final of the World Cup in 2022.
No, he's not.
Of course he is.
He's not.
Of course he is. He will. He will.
No, Qatar are getting to the final, so
yeah, maybe.
They're going to be putting up them Russia running numbers from the last one.
Oh, man, imagine if the world just boycotted it. Wouldn't that be like? I was already hoping to boycott the thing.
I was hoping we boycott it, but at the same time, I really wanted to win it.
Yeah, that's the pitfalls of reading glory.
Well,
I mean, to.
if we actually won it in 2006, we could have actually boycotted it, but like,
yeah,
I blame Haman, Tory bastard.
Yeah, yeah, we didn't win. We didn't win in 2006 or 2005, and therefore the crimes of the Qatari regime rest on your shoulders, Stephen Gerrard. So, yeah.
I'm sure he would take them on with great pleasure, like he has many other things recently.
Oh God! We're not gonna. Well, we'll save that till the end.
Not descend into the old fame talk.
We'll save that for our Gerrard's God section. Yes, so world champs. It was a good game, I'd say, for the neutral.
Yeah, for Liverpool fans.
We just kind of did what we've done, what seems like forever. Where I would say it's a game you could have easily lost, but like Alisson was actually brilliant, and he just made everything look easy, just saved everything he was supposed to, and then Firmino eventually 6-1 away at the third time of asking.
Yeah, I actually thought Flamengo. Well, I mean, they settled for the penalties past a certain point. I think they put a lot of faith in Diego Alves in the end, which with his record from the spot, I don't know why you wouldn't. They didn't really have many.
Although apparently he'd only saved 17, so he was on a big decline.
Oh, right, okay.
His body's clearly failing him as the first goalkeeper in history to get cramp. So that was mad, wasn't it? Goalkeeper getting cramp.
Oh, it's funny how it all went as soon as we scored as well. It was a bit bizarre. But did you think that they had any really standout players, like apart from the left winger? No. His name escapes me now. I forgot the guy's fucking name, but he had Trent on skates quite a bit, I thought. And
was it Enrique?
Yes, it was Bruno Henrique, I think his name is.
Because they all had fucking dyed blonde hair
yeah.
as well. Like we were watching the game joking, and there was like 8 of them had like proper highlights, and then Diego, who was at Juventus, he came on at the end, but he only had like a bit in his hair. So we were like saying, did he get the end of the ball? We're like, they all chipped in, and he had to go last or something. Even the guy with like the big dreads, he had like some blonde flecks in his hair as well. I was like, what's going on? Like,
yeah, who else came on? Vitinho had very striking hair as well when he came on.
Yeah, I didn't think he was great, Gabigol, but he's really good at getting a shot on early. Like he just gets it out. He just gets it out from under his feet and just shoots.
Then snapshot.
You can see how.
All you need to do in Brazil.
Yeah, but you can see how that would like look wet. That would look like good on analytics, and then like just getting shots off. Basically.
He was kind of Sturridge-esque, I would say, in his kind of the way he could. It was his left foot as well. It's probably why.
You can see why he's a striker. He gets it out and he shoots, and you'll catch a lot of fucking defenses and keepers out with that. But it didn't come off from that day.
They were very unspectacular, though. I mean, I think Rodrigo. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his surname. The centre back played pretty well. I thought Diego Alves played pretty well, but apart from that, they didn't really offer that much, to be honest. Arau and Gerson, who I did watch at Roma a couple of times and has turned into a ball-winning midfielder. I don't know what's going on there. He seemed like a bit of a flair player when he was at Roma. Now he just kicks people. Rafinha was a shithouse, and yeah, we got the win in the end. It was just a bit of a drab game.
Yeah, we did the treble for 2019.
We did the intercontinental treble.
Yeah.
But yeah.
While we simultaneously lost 5-0 to that.
Oh, well.
Yeah. A lot's gone on since we last recorded.
Well, yeah, and
we
then
haven't
Villa have gone on a massive... You've just fell off a cliff since Ahmed El Mohammadi felt the need to do some kind of fucking gladiator celebration in front of the whole tent.
It was kind of cool for Villa to like batter the U team 5-0, but all anybody was talking about was Harvey and like, how clearly like, brilliant he is.
Yeah, him and Curtis Jones need to get some football at this point, I think. Curtis Jones definitely, but Harvey Elliott is... I mean, I think he proved that day. Villa had quite
Start
a few.
him in the derby.
He's going to start on the derby.
Minamino on the left.
I think he'll put Jones as well. I
Put Jones in the field.
I think the team against Everton is going to disappoint a lot of people.
I think it'll be pretty similar to the Arsenal one.
Yeah, which will be beaten because Everton will put a strong lineup out.
Yeah, and it's Don Carlo as well.
Don Carlo.
We haven't talked about that either. Carlo Ancelotti at
Because
Everton.
we're not the EFC stuff podcast, Josh.
Okay, just saying. Good signing. They'll be in the top 8 in a year.
Well, I mean, what
They'll be ahead of Man United next season.
do you think Arsenal should have got Ancelotti? Like yesterday doesn't happen.
No.
If they got Ancelotti, for example.
It's the complete... Yeah, but he's completely the wrong person they need.
Is he? They need to get back in the
overhaul
top
the club.
4.
He's too laid back.
So?
They need more. They need more than someone who just knows what they're doing. They need someone who is willing to rip it up.
Yeah, I know, but
He won't do that.
but he would galvanise them.
There's a reason he's only won 4 league titles in his career.
I know, but they don't need him to win a title. They need him to get back into the top 4, which he did at Napoli.
I just don't think that he would do it. They're too soft. I just think whoever goes in there, it's a shame for Arteta, really, because...
But they're gonna, exactly. They're gonna be soft anyway because of the players they've got.
I know, but then when the rebuild needs to happen, it won't happen.
Yeah.
On Arteta's rebuild, did you see there was something on Twitter today? Bukayo Saka.
Yes.
He said it was tweeted out like it was basically Arsenal fans tweeting it out like what the fuck, like because there was already, I think I said on the pod before, there was the story, the goalkeeping coach under Wenger, Szczesny and Fabianski, they talked to a Polish TV station about it where they're saying like, look at Hazard, he always waits for the goalkeeper to go down and he puts it to the opposite side, so that's how he takes his penalties. And they were looking at, is he serious? But then what Bukayo Saka said about Arteta his first few sessions was different. He's like, oh yeah, Arteta taught us that we don't have to pass the ball if we're not being pressed. Now maybe that's just, it's an 18-year-old kid who I actually think looks kind of good for them, and he's having to play out of position left back. Maybe that's just him, maybe that's the first time he's ever been coached that, but it still was quite funny to see that coming out. Like, just
I watched a little clip of his first training session saying, "Don't pass it to someone who's marked." It's like I teach that to my under 30, sorry, under 10s. I taught them that when they were under 8. If he's marked, don't pass it to him. It's shocking they need telling that.
Or yeah, like, and the quote continued, like, carry it into space and wait to be pressured and then pass it.
It's just that whole project is doomed to fail.
Well, I mean,
I don't rate Arteta at all.
Well, it's like the quote that came out from his time at City as well, where he told Mendy, "Don't make a high cross when you get to the end line. Make it cut back along the floor, because their attackers are small." Like, is that just not common sense? Like, Fuck
I think
me.
Mendy could work that out. It's like, I haven't got Peter Crouch.
I mean, if I've got small strikers on Football Manager, I will say put low crosses in. It's not fucking rocket science.
Then again, I watched Benjamin Mendy against Wolves. He might need to be told that sort of thing because he does look like he's thick as shit on the pitch.
Well,
like, is he expected to shepherd that ball out without any sort of pressure?
Oh, it was a foul. If he goes down, he gets the foul.
It wasn't a foul. He doesn't even ask for a foul. It's not. Just manoeuvring someone off the ball.
It would have been a foul. He shouldn't have been trying to. It was never going out. That's the problem. The ball was going almost parallel with the goal line, and he's trying to shepherd.
I just don't rate him.
No, and it's never.
Dave, you might have to edit this bit out.
Yeah, Shane's stuck in some kind of alternate realm at the moment.
Shane's in a warp. He's in a warp.
Going to roll out, and he starts shepherding it, and then
actually,
if he
leave it in.
Anyway,
leave it in.
Oh, he's gone. But yeah, on that point, I think Mendy's knee injury has just kind of completely and utterly finished him. Like,
He's had two, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's had two, and of course nobody questions Guardiola's never-ending list of knee injuries. You know, De Bruyne, Laporte, Mendy, but it's all.
I've returned from the war.
Oh, he's back. How is the alternate dimension?
Benjamin Mendy wasn't shepherding it out when he was there, so
yeah,
the message.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, Adama Traore couldn't complete dribbles in the alternate dimension.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh no.
It's a bad dimension.
Dimension not worth visiting again.
But, yes, City's failure to win at Wolves earlier in the week has given us a 13-point lead with the game in hand. How confident are you guys now?
Well, the game in hand is away at Davy Moyes' West Ham, so...
Yeah.
It's not done yet.
Because I think I tweeted that I was one of the people who said if we beat City at the Etihad last year, I was like, it's done. I was like in the minority, and I was being really vocal about it. I was like, it's done. People were like, no, it's not done. I was like, yeah, it definitely is. And it didn't matter in the end because it didn't transpire. But then I was then weirdly one of the few people when we went like 9 or lots of people seem to be saying it was done this season a few weeks ago, and I was like, no, it's not. And I was like holding back, but now I'm just like, yeah, let's try and I'm already over it now. The league's won, and I'm like looking at becoming invincibles now, or just like put Arsenal's club legacy further into the mud. That's the goal now.
I've said all season that I thought 12 was the magic number in terms of how many points we had to be clear, and it could be 7. It could be 16. I just think we've got to get through January because we've got Everton, Sheffield United, Everton, and then I don't know in what order, but we have Wolves, Tottenham, and Man United back to back, and it's like if that isn't January, our least favourite month, if that isn't a season changing run of games, I don't know what it is. What is?
We'd have to go 3 games without a win, just to even begin.
That could happen.
Yeah, like that's what would have to happen.
You could lose to Spurs, draw at home to United, and then suddenly the momentum's gone, and we've dropped 8 points.
Like I think the players would be fine. It would just be that the crowd would fucking.
But it wouldn't. It'd be all the outside noise would be. It's happening again.
Like, can you imagine the atmosphere? Like, what it would be like? Like the crowd would just.
I've said it now. We'll win every game in January, and I'll look like an absolute mug. But if we get through to January and the points difference is still double figures, then yeah, I'll say it's done then.
Yeah. So
I'll
say it's done anyway.
Dave still thinks we're finishing third.
Did I say third? at the start of the season?
No. But
No.
I remember you were saying for pretty much all of last season.
Well, I said we won when it all last season, so I was right. So
I know, yeah.
suck
Yeah,
on it.
I admitted you were.
With this being our last episode of the year and the last episode of the decade, I think we are obliged.
We haven't got another awards ceremony, have we?
No, we
Ugh.
we are obliged.
Hit the music.
Do. Yes, sir.
But we are obliged to have our own team of the decade.
We've done it, haven't we? We did it a few weeks ago.
No, we didn't. I think we didn't.
Pretty sure we did.
No, I think we spoke about doing it and said no, fuck it, let's leave it until the end of the year.
So this is you saying, fuck it, let's do it now.
Yeah, essentially.
Right, okay.
Right. So manager, who are we going?
Jurgen Klopp.
Shane.
Pep Linders.
Fuck. Actually,
your boys took one hell of a beating.
Actually, I think we have done it.
Yeah, I thought we had.
Oh wow, this is.
We could do some other things about the decade, like.
Well, it's a good thing we took 3 weeks off to prepare so well for the next episode.
Well,
Didn't
listen.
do a Christmas special.
Listen. We can do another team of the decade and see if it lines up.
Everton's. Let's do Everton's too.
Yeah. No.
Well, it's funny you should say that because at the moment while we're recording, Tottenham have decided to run polls.
Oh yes,
for
and Liverpool fans
who
are
their team
hijacking it.
is. We're trying to get Peter Crouch
And Peter
to finish
Crouch over
ahead of Harry Kane because they're picking their striker of the decade, and it's like Defoe, Crouch, and Kane. You know, it's not even. I don't even know why you'd put that out as a poll.
Why didn't they just put like Soldado, Adebayor, and Kane?
No, why even make it a poll? Because like everyone knows what it is, so you might as well,
Especially
just not
a
run
London
the risk
club.
of people hijacking it.
Yeah,
It's the numbers interactions, Shane. That's why.
a
They
London
want
club
someone
doing
like
that's
Crouch.
not a good idea.
Well, he was on 7% earlier, and now he's on 32%, and there's 16 hours and 70 minutes left. So we're not giving up on this title. We're gonna fight until the end. God, it'd be so funny fucking if
He's
we
still
got
got
Crouch.
he's still got to go to Middlesbrough, and I would love it. I would absolutely love it if they got something.
I'm looking at it now. I actually think the Spurs fans, like as Liverpool fans have mobilised to vote for Crouch, Spurs fans are like frantically counter mobilising.
Yeah, this is what the veterans thought World War III would look like, isn't
I
it?
think the Stoke fans are going to make the difference.
This is football. This is Wago.
This is football heritage.
Right, okay. On that note, I mean, I'm a big fan of the centre mid is Dembele, Dyer, and Sandro.
What?
Dembele.
Big joking.
I forgot they had Sandro.
I forgot that Ledley King played in this fucking decade. He's up for it as well.
Yeah, apparently he's winning it over Vertonghen out of like loyalty. In the same way that some
what?
reprobates were voting for like some people were like voting for Carragher and Agger and
Oh my god!
in their
yeah.
Liverpool team of the decade.
King has 44%. Vertonghen has 50.
It's Nico Kranjcar in the running.
No, they've actually got a really good number 10 one. To be fair to them, I think they've got Van der Vaart,
Rafael van der
Eriksen,
Vaart, yeah.
and Ali.
But sorry, when you said their midfield, you said what? Sandro, Dembele, and I thought you said those were the three that they picked in the team of the decade. Like those three.
No, that's
I was like,
that's the competition for that particular spot.
it's good. Well, then it's going to be Modric alongside Dembele, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Modric, Parker, and Sissoko. And then number 10 is Eriksen, Ali, and Van der Vaart. Eriksen's on 48%, Ali's only on 19%, and Van der Vaart is on 33%.
They love Van der Vaart there, though.
He was good for those
Very good.
2 years.
Until his legs fell apart.
Yeah, until he just put on a shit ton of weight and his leg fell apart and he ended up in Michelin. But, hey ho.
Very Michelin signing.
But it looks as though their team Theirs is going to be Loris, Walker, Rose, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Dembele, Modric, Eriksen, Son, Bale, and maybe Peter Crouch.
God, yeah, I forgot about Bale.
Yeah,
Bale.
Bale
It's been a long decade.
pissing that one.
Yeah,
he's up against Andros Townsend and
be
Eric Lamela. So,
Yeah.
pissing that one.
Ali's been a bit hard done by there. He's like the odd man out, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. But we can cover other news stories of the week, like Cristiano, the rapist, Ronaldo, getting a man bun.
Yeah, I see. We're
we're
both at the top of our timeline. Yep.
He also won an award from a company that he owns, so it was nice.
I think that was edited. I don't think that's real.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Is that the George Mendes thing? The thing that George Mendes literally owns and voted him Agent of the Year 10 years in a row or something.
The Globe Awards, they're called.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had owned them.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that he's got vested interests over in that part of the world, given his history.
He's probably going to own this podcast someday as well, so we better watch what we say.
Well, if he just moved to America, then he went anywhere near us.
Well, I meant George Mendes, but sure.
Yeah, it's owned by Silver International Investments.
I don't mind George Mendes. I think he's a...
I mean, of all the cancerous, agents who wear a pox on the game and humanity itself, at least he's not like Mino Raiola or Jarabshi.
He's one of Fabinho's agents, so we obviously don't mind him.
Yeah. Well, at least we're dealing with him and not Raiola, who's just like dunking on United in the press.
Raiola's a weird one though, because isn't Raiola technically not anybody's agent? He's kind of an intermediary that gets paid.
Ah, man, who the fuck knows? It's glorified human trafficking and all that shit.
Yeah, it's weird, but I'm just going
through seedy stuff.
I'm going through the Globe Awards. They have an award for Agent Career Award, Player Career Award, Best Agent of the Year, Best Media Attraction in Football, which Pep Guardiola won. What?
For being bold.
Record-breaking Player Award. There's just Sports Business Award, which was won by Ferran Soriano, who is at Manchester City. Shock. Horror. I say that, but we won a few of the awards this year, didn't we? Klopp won the Best Coach, and Alisson won the Best Goalkeeper. Best Partnership of the Year is Manchester City and SAP, which, again, isn't a shock.
David.
What? I'll have to edit that out.
We're
yeah, that's
clean,
George Mendes has been on the line. I think that's George Mendes telling us to wrap it up, lads.
Don Jorge.
Sorry. I had my mic muted as well. That's fantastic. I hate my brother.
Good, we're all playing a blinder today, huh? When's the next game? Thursday, Sheffield United.
Sheffield United is on Thursday. Yep.
God, dear God, I hope Naby starts that one.
That's the game we're dropping points in.
Oh, shut up.
1-1.
3-1 to Liverpool.
They're quite good away. They only lost one game, I was going to say.
Well, yeah, as I heard on the Totally Football show, they've lost less games on English soil this season than Barcelona.
Hang on, so you mean to tell me that they lost against the best team in the league away? I mean, the second best team in the league away.
Yeah. And they got royally shafted by the referee, which is hardly a shock these days.
Did they?
Did you not see that?
It didn't hit the referee, though. Fleck kicked it through his legs.
Yeah, but he got in the way.
Yeah, but that doesn't initiate the drop ball. The drop ball is if there's a...
No. I'm not saying that it should be a drop ball. I was just saying that they got shafted because the referee going away, and they lost the ball.
They still conceded.
Wouldn't have happened if the referee was there, but
If they still have to concede another goal, don't they? Like, I don't know.
they nearly scored at the other end when it hit the post and rolled along. They're not a bad team, not Chef.
No, they're not a bad team, but
We did outplay them at Bramall Lane, though.
yeah, they were good though. They're just a team that makes it awkward.
They're Burnley on steroids.
They're kind of like Wolves. They just make it awkward for you.
I think Wolves are Sheffield United on steroids.
They're like Wolves in that they have like a really talented attacking wing back who inexplicably gets played fullback for his national team, despite being one of the two best attacking players along with other said fullback.
Who's this? I'm guessing he's Irish.
Enda Stevens.
Yeah.
He's good. Enda Stevens. He's a baller.
He's no McGoldrick.
Aston Villa, did he? Start with.
He had like the most nutmegs in Europe or something.
I just really don't want
Irish
McGoldrick to finish this XG.
With his, yeah, for those who don't know, David McGoldrick has put up over 7 expected goals this season for a grand total of 0 actual goals. So
He is this
yeah,
season's
triple hat trick incoming.
He is this season's Benteke.
I don't know whether that's impressive or bad. Like, because his general play is really good as well.
Yeah, if his general play wasn't, then he'd be Che Adams by now, another XG victim. Or
shit.
XG martyr, I should say.
They are so lucky they got Danny Ings, Southampton.
Yeah, Danny Ings, by contrast, who's like
11
scoring everything he touches.
Is it 11 or 12? It's a lot.
I think it's 12 now.
Fair play to him.
It's a lot.
He's
Fair play and good luck.
He's got the second highest conversion rate in the league behind Mr. Vardy. He's even ahead of Aubameyang now. As far as I can see, anyway. But yeah.
So yeah, we'll hopefully be back on here. It'll be optimistic if we say we'll be back on before the derby. Hopefully after the derby.
Yeah,
It'll be after the derby. I am away to Belgium on Friday. I'm back on Monday.
Wow, nice life.
I'm going to Bruges via Brussels. Yes.
Have you seen the movie In Bruges?
I have, and that is what inspired my girlfriend to
oh, nice one.
take us there. But in doing so, she booked the flight to Brussels, which is the wrong fucking city. So
Is this like that
like
time you
Liverpool?
went to
People
Genk
from Liverpool
instead of Ghent?
Yeah.
yeah,
No, Belgium.
I don't know what it is about English people not being able to book the correct flight into Belgium, but hey ho, there we go.
Yeah, what is it with English people and their disregard for other countries and cultures? It's so weird.
I know. It weren't me.
Yeah,
it was
it's
Amy.
so unusual.
Blame her. But yes. Anyway,
Right, so we'll be back. We'll be back when we're back. Hopefully in the next decade. Or actually, yeah, we won't be back until the next decade. Way.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everyone.
I love Josh's enthusiasm. Happy New Year, League champions.
He's ready, and I've got a cold.
Have you got any plans with the under 13?
Really
Josh?
enjoying this.
I also have to go things.
See, listeners, priorities.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you when we see you.
See you
Bye.
next decade. Right, done.